a memorable experience I had in Turkey, in Istanbul, Turkey, was with an Earth Reptilian group, a bunch of beings, not just one. And Istanbul, been there a few times, one of my favorite cities to travel to. It's a massive city, it sits on two continents, Asian side and the European side. Gigantic city. I think just the downtown, that main core has 16 million people or so. It's the largest city in Turkey, filled with like restaurants. I mean, you can just go there and be there for like 3 months and you still wouldn't visit all the restaurants. It's just amazing. Great, great, great place. Used to be called Constantinople, actually. And I have a lot of audience there in the Turkey area from the old days when I just created my channel, because I did a video on Göbekli Tepe. So my big regards to all the Turkish people watching this video. Merhaba, arkada sliyerim. And us humans, when it comes to Turkey, Canada, New York, all these cities that we think are so massive and so great and so big, actually it's not. It's a minuscule, tiny little spots in this part of the galaxy. And this realm we live in, this reality, this holographic world, this video game actually, prison planet, colony prison planet, it's just a realm. It's a reality with us physical beings, so the most dense layer of our consciousness, of the overall soul, sharing it with insectoids, to Earth Reptilians, to Sasquatch, to even non-physical, so elementals, to Cherokee, and other consciousnesses are very, very powerful. And second density animals, of course. And when it comes to this species of Earth Reptilians, this particular topic, Earth Reptilians are very real, very physical. They don't live in the third density unless they pop up for a certain reason. But they are a fourth density race, low, mid, high, and then early fifth density race, and all the sub-density within these fourth and fifth densities. Currently, they have just under 800 million population. This is a fact. And it's separated into three main groups, or three main tiers or departments, and majority of them, so 60-65% are within the mid group. Those are the soldiers, those are the workers, the ones that execute things as per their instructions. And they're all, I would say, neutral to malevolent. It depends. We have to really define the word malevolent. Well, what does that mean? Do they torture cats and eat humans for breakfast? No. Of course, they have their own business and wars to fight that are wars not here on the third density physical aspect. But they have their own problems. So the 60% is this big group. And who I encountered in Istanbul was a mobile ship that beings didn't take me on the ship. They were stationed within the Turkey area, not necessarily over Istanbul, but over Turkey. And when I dealt with them while visiting Turkey, I believe this was October of 22, September, October of 22. I have some great clients there, I have some great friends there. So this group was not just stationed, like I said, over Istanbul, Turkey, somewhere hovering over roads, hovering over a lake. No. They've explained that they monitored that entire region. So what ended up happening was, I was in my hotel right beside the Blue Mosque, the big mosque, Ahmed Mosque, a stunning mosque going back to like 16th century. And there was a hotel there I stayed at, GLK Mansion, I believe the name was. So it was daytime, about 4:30 p.m. their time. And I'm exhausted because I walked around all day, walking around, just hanging out. And I came to my room to change, shower, shave. And my dinner plans, I remember, were 6:30 or so, something of that sort. And I had a couple hours to hang out. And I remember like, taking off my shorts, these gray Under Armour shorts, my V-neck t-shirt, and going through the motions. I got to shower, I got to shave, I got to put on shoes. What shirt am I going to wear? I don't want to be late to see my friends. I got to do all these things. I'm going through these motions. So I say I got about an hour left, even with showering and getting ready and all this stuff. So I'm going to quickly just put on some music. I mean, they got the Turkish music is the best. Arabic music is amazing. Russian music is amazing. So a couple of favorite singers in Turkey. I have Tarkan and Ebo, or Ibrahim Ebo. Many Turkish people know him. And I'm like, perfect. You know, the music's going to come on. I love it. Some old folk music, which is great. I'm going to hang out. I'm just going to chill out, rest my feet, massage my own thighs and calves. Because I was just tired, exhausted. Canadian Eastern Standard Time is different than Turkey. We're on time zone differences. And I remember right in front of me, like 10 feet away, the AC was on the wall, blasting cold air. And I was like too lazy to get up. Not in a minute, and in a minute, and then like another minute. I just procrastinating. And the AC kept going. And I remember being extremely freezing, very, very, very cold. And I was like, okay, well, I'm going to quickly neutralize. I'm going to ground real quickly, 30, 50 feet, that's all. And we're going to clear some resistances, and then we're going to connect to my fourth density, touch base. I connect to my fourth density daily. So I do 2 meditations a day, every day. I don't skip anything. It can be the biggest birthday in a year, that's fine. I'll skip a romantic date, I'll stay home and channel. It's just what I do, all I do. So I sit down and connect real quick, and at that moment, I get this 2-3 second long, extremely strong sensation in my third eye. So I knew right away, as per my previous protocols and strict instructions by my own reptilian counterparts at Theta Tauri race, and the mental warfare protocols and integration within their own consciousness, what I needed to do, so I did. And I really thought it was a deceased human, but no, it wasn't. So I shifted to fourth density quick, and this was an entire group of reptilian consciousnesses. So to be very clear, for the conspiracy theorists, they were not physical in the room where they can punch a wall or kill me. They manifested their energy into a fourth density state where I was already at, because I integrated it with my own fourth density layer. And I remember to assist my pull, the term pull I'm using for a reason, he grabs my energy with his consciousness alone and pulls me even closer to him, to the fourth density substate that they were stationed in. So I'm looking at a large group of these Earth reptilians. I knew for a fact they were not Alpha Draconian, because I know Alpha Draconians by now. I've met 39 Alpha Draconians from 9 different groups. So I was like, that's not that pattern on his skin, that's not a Draconian being, and that's not the Draconian jawline. Draconian beings have extremely, extremely unique bone structure, jaw structure, and so forth. So these are Earth reptilians, and immediately I projected the agreements, the agreeing to communicate, or I call it open portal communication. So they connect, we connect, or when I say we, I'm talking about my higher fractal consciousness and myself, so fourth density state layer. And we're connecting, and I was completely supported, obviously, and embraced. We embraced this entire thing together as a dense version of my soul, which is me, third density, and several fractals of my own consciousness within fourth density. Because the fourth density soul, I don't want to get into this, the fourth density soul occupies, it's an umbrella for many different sub-layers. And to make the long story short, so we perceive these guys, and they specifically said, we're stationed on our ship. We're not in oceans, we're not in mountains, we're not underground, we're on a ship. And absolutely, there was no malevolence. I was never harmed. It was total and pure professionalism. If anything, it was actually curiosity in their end. There was no love or compassion, but there was also no hate, no judgment, no rage, nothing. So, of course, I would proceed forward. And of course I did. So one of the things they stated, which I didn't know, is they monitored my entry into their region that bordered Turkey, because I just came back from the western region, so Serbia way, Montenegro way, Bulgaria, Romania, that way. Or another way to look at it, I came from the Greece way, on the way to Dubai, because I was flying out from Istanbul to Dubai. So they say they monitor it, and they said the moment you came into the region, we understood you were busy in a human aspect, but we waited for you to integrate into the state so that we can talk to you. He looked at all the aura field signatures there, the signatures are added to my own aura field from the Alpha Draconian beings, so different races, Theta Tauri race, and all these different races, and he says that's pretty impressive for a human, and why are you here? What's your business here? It was a wonderful thing for, I think, several ways. One way is to see that one ship can monitor an entire country, that they meant no harm, no genetic extraction, no sexual abuse, no provocation, no rape, nothing. All this fear-mongering on the internet that talks about Earth reptilians. Most it's not true. They are strict in their word, very fierce and dangerous, yes, but they keep their word if you make a respectful connection with them. So I've covered a lot of this stuff, even with my encounters with reptilians in Moscow, encountered reptilians with South Africa, and encountered reptilian in Poland, and even here in Canada. So I covered a lot of these things proudly, because these are my authentic experiences. I want people to understand that Earth reptilians are not our enemy. Humans are worse than mere humans. So this group, these beings, this group, I don't know their name, but these groups were, this entire group was massive. This was not 5, 10, 20, 30 billion. No, they're massive. And one of the most fascinating things, I go, how are you monitoring a whole country with one ship? And he says, actually, we're not monitoring just one country. We're monitoring all the countries in that region. So I said, Greece, Bulgaria, yeah, all of it, including the Arabic countries below Turkey. And they were strictly on a ship, non-Earth, so they were not part of our oceans. A lot of Earth reptilians have bases in the ocean, that have bases within our mountains. And now they've just recently taken control over the Black Satellite, the spy satellite put in place by the Anunnakis. So a lot of this great information I cannot share on camera, but sometimes I desire to make these videos, not have any likes. I don't care for likes. I don't even take donations. I don't have Patreon, all these things, but I'm truly interested to see if individuals with open minds, individuals who are reptilian starseeds, individuals that have a reptilian contact, individuals that have gravitation towards reptilian energy, visitations by reptilian beings. Same thing for draconian hybrids, draconian starseeds. I met plenty of draconians by now to completely rewire my entire mindset on them. Are they the big boys who run Earth? Not yet. Not only that, they run this entire galaxy. There's no greater power in our galaxy than draconian beings. They have a very, very tight grip on Earth. Very tight grip. Who can come in, who can leave. Not just Earth, everything around. Everything around Earth, not just our solar system. It's a much deeper subject. Same with Earth reptilians, but again, I say this with absolute logic. I say this with truth and authenticity. I give my word when I say this. I'll pass a polygraph. I absolutely do not see them as an enemy. Humans are the biggest enemy to each other. Our tyrannic governments are the biggest warmongers, war creators, scandal creators, and staged event creators that are truly dividing and segregating humans and treating us like pigs. Earth reptilians are not my enemy. They'll never be my enemy. Same with draconian beings. Same with off-planet reptilian beings. It's just that the best way to put it, and not to use sarcasm, to dance with the draconian, it's a tango we've never seen before. To dance with Earth reptilians, it's a ballet we've never seen before. So it takes practice. It takes courage, yes, of course, certain qualifications they look for, but humans themselves are not being healed. They're walking around, so many adults I see unhealed. And anytime there's a problem in the Earth's collective, what do? We say, it's a reptilian, it's a draconian. No, these beings aren't kidnapping your kids from baby cribs at night. No, they're not eating us for breakfast so it meets their calorie intake. They have nothing to do with us. They control Earth. Yes, this is their region. This is their land. We're just visitors here. We're just tenants here. So I believe instead of showing them disrespect, instead of judging them, first and foremost, we should judge ourselves and fix our own problems. And then we should make bonds with these beings, because there's a very large secret. And the industry today, of course, doesn't talk about this secret. Pleiadian Council of Light, Galactic Federations and Ashtars and Thorhans and Teloses. They don't get into the secret. Why? Because they don't want humans to know the secret. Reptilian secret. Draconian secret. Yes, there's a very large secret why not a lot of humans are told, yeah, go hang out with reptilian, channel reptilians. Sometimes a human decides to remove his weaknesses and replace them with strengths, with an open mind, with an open heart, with a lot of bravery and sovereignty. Not believing in fear-mongering. I've done that. I went against the industry. I went against the entire human collective. Said, don't go hang out with reptilians. Yeah, it's exactly what I did, and I'm glad I did. So now I see the time and the years I wasted following wrong teachers, following wrong coaches, following wrong videos, energy harvesting videos. So those individuals that gravitate towards powerful reptilian energy or draconian energy, those humans that are their star seeds, those humans that are reptilian contactees, those humans that are visited by reptilians, don't be afraid of that energy. That energy is within you. We all have reptilian brain. We all have reptilian DNA. We have draconian DNA. We have a lot of different portions that are contributed inside of our DNA. I say, and I strongly urge, with respect, but also with full logic and confidence, complete proudness, embrace that. Welcome that. Embrace it and integrate it and become stronger. This world we live in today, this reality, is not meant for niceness. It's meant for strength. And reptilian species can give you just that.